What's good, everybody, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, in today's lesson, we're going to go over trading programs, right? The trading website you guys are going to use on a daily basis, right? We're talking about where you're going to analyze the market, where you guys are going to check the fundamental news, and where you guys are going to deposit and withdraw your money. So over here we have TradingView, a platform where you guys are going to analyze and execute the market, right? Every single trade. It's completely free. They also offer, VIP program, VIP service, which is obviously the next steps where you guys pay like a monthly fee, which I believe is like less than like $15, which I do recommend you guys to do, right? Because you guys obviously want to invest into yourself, right? Invest into the things that you guys are building. So if you guys really want to take trading seriously, I do highly recommend you guys to get the VIP, which is going to offer you guys way more stuff than the free version. The other one that we have here is the Forex Factory. It's a website to stay updated on fundamental news that could impact the market movements, right? So this is where you guys are going to check every single day, right? You guys are going to come here every single day and check exactly the news that is going on. So with that being said, let me show you guys this website. All right, so here's an overview of TradingView. You guys can go to the website, search up tradingview.com, and you guys can also download it on your phone, which can either be on Apple or Google Play. So TradingView, think about it like if you're clocking in at a regular job, right? You go into your job, you guys go in the computer, you put in your number and you clock in, right? TradingView is going to be where you guys are going to show up every single day. This over here is your job. This is pretty much where you're going to analyze the market, look for trades that you guys are going to take inside the broker. So TradingView, make sure to master this. If you guys don't understand it, I highly recommend you guys to rewatch this video and master literally every single over here and how to properly use it correctly, right? So it's very simple. This is where you guys are going to experience the market movements, right? You guys are going to see different type of assets, different type of instruments. This is where you guys are going to apply your strategy literally into over here with these charts, over here with these candlesticks. Apply your strategy, look for setups every single day. You guys are going to experience different type of market movements. For example, you guys are going to experience the downside, you guys are going to experience the sideways, and you guys are also going to experience the upside, right? So I'm going to give you guys, I'm going to share with you guys the settings that I use on a daily basis that you guys can obviously copy it. And if you guys would like, you guys can also play around, and then you guys can also pretty much use in any color you guys are interested in. But here's pretty much the settings that I've been using, right? If we go to symbols, these are the bodies that I use. I pretty much use this blue at 100%. This one is all black, and then the rest are all black. You guys can pause this video, take a screenshot, or you guys can just simply apply it. Alright, so the first thing I want to go over with you guys is this box over here. This box is where I keep my daily tools, right? These are the tools that I use to analyze the market, to write down notes, and to also journal every single trade. So these are my favorite, right? For example, over here I have the horizontal line. This is pretty much where I use every single time to, mark up the zones that are my area of interest, right? And also key levels of, very important levels, for example, areas of resistance, area of supports, right? So I pretty much use this for that. This over here, I use it for, entry confirmation. So let's say price action broke up over here and I had this marked up over here. I use this just to find the area of interest where I'm interested in price action to come back and retest the zone. So for example, let's say this over here was my area of interest, right? Then I'm waiting for something like this, waiting for it to maintain above, and then I'm buying the market, right? So this over here will be my area of interest chart only. This next one over here is the text. This is what I use every single day, and I highly recommend you guys to use it as well. This is what I use every single day to write down the notes on every single trade that I'm taking. So for example, let's say I'm taking this buy position over here. Simply write down any notes. Price bullish, waiting for pullbacks, retest area of interest, waiting for rejection, and entry confirmation, right? You guys can write down stuff like that so that you guys can obviously, screenshot, which is going to be over here. You guys screenshot it and you guys place it in your journal, explaining to you guys the reason of every single trade that you guys are taking, right? So I highly recommend you guys use the text. Over here, we have the fib retracement, which we're going to go over as well. Fib retracement is pretty much a reversal tool. This is where price reverse into, golden zones, right? You guys don't really need all of these numbers over here. The most important number that I personally use every single day is just 0.5 and the 0.618. So with that being said, let's actually delete the other ones that I don't use anymore, which is the 0.382, where I don't use this one. As well, I don't use this one over here, which is going to be the 1. These are the only ones that I use, so you guys can obviously copy and paste. As well, I really don't use the 0 points -618, so I don't really use this one. Keep it very, very simple. As well, I don't use this one. I don't know why I have them marked up, but just these three. This is honestly the only ones that I use, which there, another way to name it is the golden zones. Right, so very quick, let me show you guys exactly how to use it. Let's say what price is heading to the upside, breaks above an area of interest, right? Boom, breaks above an area of interest. So obviously this is just for confirmation. Let's say that price was heading to the downside. Boom, 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 boom. Heading to the downside, we created this and we broke above these previous highs over here. Obviously, you guys need to confirm that price is bullish before using these tools over here. Once it's bullish, pretty much you guys are going to place the fib from the previous low to the new highs over here. Right, once it's all placed, pretty much you guys want to focus on the golden zone, which is going to be the 0.5 and the 0.618. Pretty much your idea is to wait for price action to come back into these zones, which are confirmations, right? Again, these tools over here does not tell you that price is going to go bullish 100%. These are never going to tell you that price is going to go bullish 100%. It's never going to tell you where price is going, right? These are just tools which can align into, confirmations, right? So let's say that we do see that price action bounces off from 0.618, gives you those rejections and remains above the 0.5, right? Pretty much if it does that, you guys are looking for buy position. Now the opposite, if price does that in the opposite side, right, then you guys are looking for the opposite. Instead of buying, you guys are going to be selling, right? So this is pretty much the Fibonacci tool, which obviously we're going to go into details later on, deep details with that. This over here, we have the long position and we also have the short position. This is pretty much your risk to reward. So let's say you guys enter a buy position over here. You guys want to place your stop loss anywhere here and then your take profit over here. If you guys look at the risk to reward ratio, this over here is going to be a 101.8 risk to reward, right? Obviously your goal is to look for somewhere between 1 to 2 to 1 to 3 risk to reward. But anyways, here is the setting that I use on this one. And then the next one is the opposite. Instead of buying, this one is selling. So the selling, you're guys gonna see the blue to the downside, the gray to the upside. For buying, the blue to the upside, the gray to the downside. Same exact setting as well. All right, so the next tool that I use is this rectangle over here. So I pretty much use this rectangle for areas of interest. So let's do this all over again. So let's say I have the line over here, one of the horizontal, have this other line right at the top over here. Pretty much I'm just gonna mark up important area of interest, not just some random area of interest. Because again, we can have lines over here, we can have more lines between over here, but they're not really important, right? Those are things that already happen in the market, so we really don't need to focus on that. So we're just pretty much focusing on current price action. So for example, these two over here, I just use this box to mark up the zone that price action has rejected off from, right? So for example, over here, price has rejected off. Now this is my area of interest as well. I'm going to line it up over here. So pretty much I use it just like this to have it as notes design as well. All right, so these are the rectangle. You guys can use it to mark up your areas of interest, to mark up your entry, or just to mark up zone that you guys are pretty much interested in buying or selling the market. This next one over here is the price label. You guys don't need this. I had this here from previous time. This over here, it is your day and price range. This is pretty much just to measure the price movement of the market. So for example, if we place it from this over here, we can see the price went up over 570 pips, right? So it's just pretty much to measure exactly how much pips, how much points did the market move. So if we do it to the opposite side, let's say from the downside, we place it from the word price rejected all the way to the downside. You guys can see this one move over here almost 790 points, almost at 800. Right, so you guys want to use this as well. This next one is an arrow, right? The arrow that I use it for, again, it is going to be used for no purpose. This is for just journaling, right? Again, these tools over here is never going to tell you guys where the market is going, right? This is just for no purpose and just to mark up your area of interest, right? So the arrow, let's say I'm interested in buying the market here, boom, interested in buying the markets here, and you guys write down, you guys can also write down notes, right? Or you can just use this from like, hey, look, price broke above zone, above area of interest, waiting for pullback. Right, you guys can do something like this. Write down the notes exactly why you're interested in buying the market there. Another one over here, let's say clean rejection of this support zone. Just literally notes, right? You guys can use the arrow to mark up the very, very important zone that obviously caused the market to head that side to the upside. You guys just go deep into the case. Highly recommend you guys to use the arrow. All right, so this next tool that I have here is this circle over here. You guys really don't need this, right? Pretty much if you're a beginner trader, I do recommend it just for back testing purpose, right? So you guys can use this for to, like, let's say that where you guys got your entry, right? So let's say this was your entry, you guys can just do something like this and then just write down your notes on the other side, right? You guys can also use it if you guys are trading every single day. You're like, okay, look, this was my entry over here because of this rejection, and then you guys can use this to enter the long position, right? But again, it's really not necessary. You guys can just use that for little small details. Okay, I'll enter the market here from this rejection, so you guys can have a reminder, right? The next one that we have here is call out. You guys don't need this. This is brush. You guys really don't need this as well. This is a trend line, right? Barely use trend line, right? This used to be part of my strategy, but I no longer use trend line, right? But very simple, right? You guys can obviously use it. Trend line is pretty much identifying the trend of the markets, right? Again, just to make sure you guys get this clear, none of these tools is going to tell you guys where the market is heading, right? The trend line, though, it is used as a strategy, but it's not part of my strategy. But let me give you guys a very quick example. Trend line identifies where the market is heading, right? So if you notice that how price tap into these lines over here, right, pretty much it has to be a straight line and price cannot be broken above, which makes the trend line valid. So if you guys notice over here, price action just kept bouncing up and down, all right? Continue bouncing up and down. Very simple, right? So if price action continues doing that, then this is a valid trend line, right? It's just to mark up lines that are actually valid. If we look at in the upside, if it continues bouncing off from this zone, then this trend line continues being valid, meaning that we can continue buying the market, right? So this is pretty much an idea of the trend line, right? Just to identify trend, but it has to touch it, right? It cannot do something like this. If it does something like this and closes under, then it's invalid. It has to be above it or under it and just rejecting and continue bouncing off, right? So this is the idea of the trend line. Again, I really don't use this. If you guys are going to start using it, right, you guys can obviously have it in your toolbox. This next one, you guys don't need it as well. Now, how do you guys can add this into this little box over here? Simple, you guys go into the right side. This is where you guys are going to have the tool. So the trend line, the one that I have a star, you guys can do the same. Now, if we look over here in the right side, this is very important, right? This is going to be your watch list. This is where you guys are going to have the asset that you guys are trading. If you guys look up here, right, I have gold, I have indices, and I also have futures, and over here I have some little stock markets, not stock market, cryptos, right? Now, let's say you guys want to add a new pair, right? Let's say you guys want to add GBP, JPY. The way to do that, you guys are going to click this box, this line over here, which is add a symbol, this cross, add a symbol. Over here, you guys are going to have different options, right? Simply just search up GBP, JPY, and it should pop up like this. The way to add it, just simply click this cross, and there you go. And that's pretty much how you add it, right? It's going to be over here in your watch list. What I do to organize my watch list is that the most pair, the pair that I trade, the asset that I trade, which is the one that I trade the most, I have it as first. And then we have the second asset that I trade the most, and the third one as well, which, as you guys can see, it is gold, US 30, and that's 100. Simply just drag it all the way up here, and it should be placed right there. Now, let's say you guys are done, right? You guys don't want to trade this pair anymore. Click the right, and it deletes all the way. Over here, we have alerts, right? Alerts is pretty much just to alert you where price action is heading, right? In a sense that, let's say you're waiting for price action to reach an area of interest. Simply what you guys are going to do is click this cross over here. Click this cross, add an alert, right? You guys can add an alert, so whenever price action comes over here, it will, you see, as you guys can see, it is active. It is still active. When price action comes into this zone over here, which is at 191.304, it will give you guys an alert with your phone, like, hey, price has already reached this area, right? You guys can delete it if you guys don't need the zone up again. Let's say price action just takes off, you guys can delete it. Another way to add it as well is going to be here, alert. You guys can just put it, type it down to yourself manually. Now, the other thing that I want you guys to focus, there's only two things over here. The other one, we look over here where we have different type of time frames, right? We have the 5 minute, we have the 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 2 hour, daily, weekly, monthly, right? And the 1 minute time frame. These are the only ones that I've used, right? So if you guys want to just take a look and just save the same exact one that I have. All right, so what is the meaning of these time frames over here, right? So those time frame is just going to be a period of time. So if we start off with the monthly time frame, all of these candles over here are monthly candles, right? So if you guys look at the current one, which is right now we're in February, right? This shows you pretty much how price action has been, right? So if you guys look at wicks, let me give you guys an example. So if you guys look at wicks, you guys can see this long wick, right? This is pretty much showing you that price action has rejected and it's closing above these body candles, closure above these candles over here, which means that obviously there is buyer taking control of the markets, right? If we look at the weekly candle, right, the weekly candle is every single week candle. So if we look over here, this is this week candle. This was last week candle. This was the previous week candle, and then all the previous week candles, right? So there's 4 week candle right over here. Each candle closure, right? If we look at the black one, that means that it was a bearish week candle. If we look at the red one, the blue one, it was a bullish week candle. Now on the daily time frame, which is every single day candle, right? So if we start over here, you guys can see that it's Monday, we have Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we have Thursday, which was yesterday, right? And now we have Friday candle. This candles over here, it just shows you guys how pretty much the market closed, how did it open throughout the day. So for example, yesterday candle was very bullish. The previous day was very bullish. The other day was already setting up its bullish. The past few days, the market has been bullish. We do reach these previous candles over here. What do we see? That price action, right, pretty much failed to continue breaking above, meaning that buyers are pretty much slowly dying in the markets, right? Now we did open a bearish candle over here. If this candle pretty much closes under, right, then that means something like this, that means that pretty most likely the next day is going to continue being more bearish, right? But this is just the daily candle, right? I'm going to show you guys obviously how to use it with the strategy, etc. We go to the 4-hour candle. This is every single 4 hour. So if you guys look at this is a new 4-hour candle. You guys look left, right, or right over here, it shows you guys how many hours left for this candle to close. So we have 2 hours. This over here was 4 hours ago or 2 hours ago as well. We have the 2-hour candle, same exact idea. We have the 1-hour candle. We have the 30-minute, 15 minutes, and the 5 minutes, and then we also have the 1 minute, right? The 1 minute, it's very simple. Every minute a candle opens up. 5 minute, every 5 minutes a new candle opens up. Every 15 minutes, every new candle opens up. Now, just to get you guys clear, right? Obviously, we're gonna go a little bit more detail into this later on the video in the course, right? But just to give you guys an idea, every single time frame is gonna have its own trend, right? So if we look at the weekly time frame, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say the weekly is heading to the downside. The daily time frame is heading to the downside, right? Continues, remaining itself under its own over here. Then we go down, let's say into the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame. We are seeing that price action is slowly doing this, right? Just to test out your guys' knowledge, right? What do you think is going to be the actual trend of the market? Is it going to be bullish because it's trading 4-hour, 1 hour in the lower time frame, that price action continues heading to the upside? Or is it going to be bearish? Because again, if we look at the weekly, daily, monthly, we're seeing that price action is just bearish, and we're trading under an area of pretty much a very key level of support in this case. The right answer is going to be the higher time frame, right? So every single time frame is going to have its own trend, but the higher the time frame it is, the stronger the trend is going to be. So for example, if we take a look, let me see if I can find a good idea. All right, so here's a quick idea, same exact one that I draw, right? So notice that price action has been heading to the downside, right? This is on the daily time frame. And now on the lower time frame, we're seeing that price action is continue bullish heading to the upside, but we're still trading under this previous support, right? Notice that price action does come into the zone, and we are seeing rejection, meaning that buyers are no longer taking control. Reason why? Because we're trading on the higher time frame. The higher time frame is still showing us that price action is trading under these lows over here, which is now creating these lower highs. What happens next? Market starts heading to the downside. Now, if we look at current market structure, right, we're seeing that price action has broken. Pretty much we have seen bullish moving to the upside as well. We're seeing that price action has managed to remain itself above these previous support zones over here. If you guys look left, you guys can pretty much see that there's more support zone throughout these zones over here, right? But now notice this one, price action continues trading under a previous high, right? So again, it's telling us that buyers are taking control from here, but we're failing to break above over here, which means that if price action continues rejecting this zone, that means that we can continue selling the market. If these zones over here continues to hold, that means that there is a potential switch in market. So now obviously the market changes from bearish to bullish, right? Which obviously we're going to go later on with those courses over here. So those are pretty much the time frame. We look over here, these are just the candlesticks, right? I highly recommend you guys just to use candles. Look at line, this is just pretty much line. These are the candles. All right, so now we're in Forex Factory, right? So Forex Factory is gonna give you guys the news, every single news, right? That you guys need to stay updated with the markets, right? Highly recommend you guys to use it every single day and as well at the beginning of every single week. So let's say Sunday, right? Sunday comes up, you guys are getting ready for the week, or Monday, you guys pretty much wanna come over here, click the start of the week. So for example, the 10th to the 14th, apply setting, and it's going to show you guys all the news of every single day. So for example, Monday we had president speak at 4:30 p.m. right? Usually you guys don't want to be trading whenever we have a red folder, right? Meaning that you're not going to trade the whole day, but you guys don't want to be trading during that specific hour. So on Tuesday we had news at 10 a.m. right, which is a red folder. A red folder means that it's high volatility news, right? It's a high impact news where the market can go crazy. It can either head to the upside or it can either head to the downside. Now, the reason why you guys don't want to be trading during the red folder is because let's say you guys are in a buy position, right? There's two scenarios here. Either price can go your way or price can go against you. The first scenario, right, price is bullish, or let's say you're in a buy position, right, and then there is news. Price can either spike up and make you guys a lot of money, or it can spike down, take you out of the trade and make you guys lose money, right? So here's the reason why you guys want to be trading. You guys just want to wait for all the liquidity to happen, all the news to go on. After that, you guys can give it at least maybe not 30 to an hour, right? 30 minutes to an hour to then pretty much just relook for a whole setup and then enter a setup. So these are the red news, these are the impacts. The way to set that up, you guys want to go into the funnels. Simply, I highly recommend you guys just use the red folder. As well, this is pretty much just telling you guys the bank holiday so you guys can stay updated. Okay, look, Monday the market is closed, I'm not gonna be trading, right? These next ones over here, not really important. Just focus on the red and the silver. Over here we have the currencies. I personally just trade USD pairs, so I just use the USD. If you guys trade, Forex pair, right, they do offer obviously different type of currency. If you guys do trade the AUD USD, which is Australian dollar versus the US dollar. Obviously, you guys want to have that markup. You guys trade the other one, so you guys can obviously see the economics during that time. As well, USD is not the only one that offers, obviously, these red news. Other pairs as well has their news with their own country, so they can obviously impact the market. All right, so the last program / website that you guys are going to use is your broker, right? This is where you guys are going to deposit your money. This is where you guys are going to multiply your money and obviously withdraw your money. GatesFX is the broker that I use. All right, you guys can simply go into Telegram, click the link that is right over here. I'm also going to leave you guys the link down below so you guys can obviously register and check this out. So the reason why I offer this broker, right, the reason why I use this broker, many reasons, right? First of all, it gives you access to MetaTrader 5, right? Second, gives you access to TradingView, and on top of that, they're coming out with TradeLocker. If we come all the way down over here, you guys can pretty much see what it offers, right? You guys have raw spread, you guys have zero commission, you guys also have deposit bonus, right? So let's say you guys deposit $1,000. I do believe they offer like 90%, so pretty much you're trading double with your account, which is obviously amazing to double, to continue multiplying your account. So deposit your way with zero added fees. So you have fast withdrawal, you have instant deposit, right? And you also have no fees. So you deposit, right? It doesn't charge you no fee. You can withdraw, which you guys can get your withdrawal quickly. You have your instant deposit, which you deposit your money, it's gonna be there within minutes. If we look down over here, right, this is the way to deposit, right? They offer Bitcoin, they offer Visa, MasterCard, and Apple Pay and Google Pay, right? Literally Apple Pay and Google Pay, which is insane, right? I've never seen any broker that does that. And very simple. Here are the spread. You have the raw spread, the zero commission, the hybrid, and the deposit bonus. Right, and it does offer 300 different type of instrument, which is obviously cool, right? You guys obviously just want to focus on a few of them, not all 300. But this is the broker that I highly recommend you guys to check out, which is GatesFX. You guys can just register the link through Gates through Telegram over here, or you guys can also click the link down below. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Hope you guys understand. This next video that we're going to go over now is risk management. We're pretty much going to go deep into this case, explaining to you guys, what is risk management, how to properly use it, and just give you guys the other website that I highly recommend you guys to use as well with risk management. So I'll see you guys in the next one.